Alright. Okay, and yeah, I think that's it. Pretty much. Um, yeah, okay. Yeah, we should be good to go. PFC, you, should probably, go to the player one holding cell. I mean, you should be able to see at the bottom of the server. You should enter that BC. And then start the match. Yeah. I'm sorry, we gotta put in the containment procedures. Alright. Okie dokie then. I'm just gonna be solo commentating this match for now, it seems. Uh, hopefully I can say correct things. Yes. Well. Alright, well. Border Town Skirmish, folks. This is a loser's round. LuckyRed is currently substituting in the place of, CF the Mad Lad. CF had to drop out of the tournament due to other reasons, so, we replaced him with Lucky for some reason. So now Lucky's just probably gonna beat up every single person in the loser's bracket. PFC included. I gotta be honest. My prospects for PFC are not the greatest for this match. They may or may not be a little bit cooked, but let's see how they hold out. As for Border Town itself, we have ourselves these three urban tiles. If you're playing a tank deck, you'll really want to like get rid of this and like this urban and clear this area out if you want, and basically try to get control of mid and also clear out this area because it's a good kitchen to cook in. If that makes any sense. But yeah. Two of them are currently still deciding on what their loadout is gonna be. And yeah. Why is the music stacking? Pain. Okay, it appears that we are going to be playing without music for this round because the music is stacking for some reason. Apologies for viewers, I guess. Anyways, LuckyRed, they're gonna start out with a pretty classic opening. They're immediately gonna start working on this urban. To really nobody's surprise. It's very important to get this area cleared out so that your vehicles can get a lot more flexibility in terms of how they can position, especially toward this area. And that's for PFC's opening. They appear to already be pushing forwards a bit into their, from their perspective, it would be the left, no, the right area, LuckyRed's left. They seem to have a lot of units in the back in their rollout, which I'm kind of iffy on, but I mean, I suppose if you really do need a lot of units at the start, that is your option. If this is the case, then I suspect they have a load of infantry. Yeah, they have a lot of infantry. Interesting. Lucky has nowhere near that amount of infantry. He has more. No, she has more vehicles. And yeah, I do think that she's gonna be really focused on clearing this area out. The dropship is gonna be pretty scary for PFC since they currently don't have a great answer. They currently don't have a amazing answer to it. They don't, though I will say I think the IFV will be quite scary for the dropship. Maybe IFV bazooka combo scares it off, but I doubt it honestly. Cause they have a lot of infantry, and those infantry are going to be very vulnerable to being shot by at a dropship. Especially since Lucky is currently now gonna do the recon team, and he already sees the bazooka, and lots of value is already going up. PFC is kind of behind schedule in terms of their terrain clearing. I am not sure if they are intending to clear out this terrain. If they don't clear it out, then they're... Oh, hi Ecto, how you doing?
I'm literally heading toward the bus right now.
Well, yeah, I'm currently commentating over this game of LuckyRed versus PFC. Oh boy, I wonder who wins. But yeah, there's only one audience member.
Coughing bomb versus hydrogen baby.
Anyways, PFC seems very behind schedule on their terrain destruction. Lucky has already prioritized destroying this urban.
Who's Lucky? Is Lucky the
Player
VAF?
one. Lucky's player one.
Is Lucky VAF?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Lucky's just player one. That's all. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a skins expert. I just know that Valkyria has a funny tank destroyer, and like that's about it.
They have a fat tank destroyer.
Yes, it's a very fat tank destroyer.
Fat one.
Anyways, Lucky seems to already be very aggressively taking a hold of middle. PFC on the other hand seems to be playing a lot more passively around mid. Where'd their IFV go? Oh, yeah, it's in the forest. Okay. But yeah, PFC is currently just... I think they're just preparing to defend from Lucky's initial push because they kind of just forfeited mid.
Where is his stuff? What the fuck?
It's all the way back here.
What does he have, like, one vehicle?
Here. He has an PFC has a IFV and
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, so he has
I
two
will
vehicles
say Lucky is already bringing out the big guns with the battle tank.
Like, you don't even need that. You need like 2 bazookas and that's it.
Whatever. It's gonna be very overkill, but
what's your artillery? I'm wondering.
Lucky's artillery? I mean, they have a launcher truck right
Is there only
now.
launcher truck? Is that it?
Maybe they have an artillery later. Maybe they'll reveal that, but for now, only a launcher truck. And also a dropship. The dropship is currently loaded to the brim. Uh, I don't know what's in the dropship, I'ma be honest.
Fair enough.
Presumably like either like paradrop units or like bazookas. we could see a dropship bazooka jump scare. PFC is very, very defensive with their play. And Lucky is currently preparing for that first assault that they'll be able to absolutely go ham on the opponent with. Especially since it seems as if PFC is just giving up the entirety of mid for free. Which, maybe they're trying to force an overextension out of Lucky. But that battle tank's going to be trudging along, and once it gets to PFC's side, that battle tank is actually going to be an issue. Because, you know, even though battle tank right now isn't considered the greatest unit balance-wise, even if it's not the greatest unit balance-wise, it's still a very big, fat unit. You still need to respect this thing. You can't just, like, ignore it. It still beats stuff to death. It still beats stuff to death and is like pretty darn resistant to autocannons and can't be two-shotted, so yeah, it's still a thing.
That metal box.
Yeah.
That's
And it's a fat metal box that PFC currently does not have the tools to even deal with. They only have a bunch of bazookas and IFVs.
2 second IFV literally doesn't know that like it's not gonna do jack shit.
Yeah, it's not gonna do jack against the battle tank. The battle tank has too much armor.
Yeah, it does like I'm pretty sure it does like maybe like 10% to the IFV.
You mean to the battle tank?
I mean to the battle tank, yeah, it does like
Yeah, like
10%.
10%, 15%, something along that figure.
Yeah. Same to the APC, but except I think that it does like 18.
Battle tank just has more HP. I'm pretty sure battle tank has like significantly more HP, but still.
Damn, Lucky's just getting everything now. It has the fucking dropship, battle tank, APC, battlecopter.
Oh
He's
yeah,
getting
that
everything
is a
out.
battle copter, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
unless it's
battle
a missile
copter.
copter.
It's a
Yeah,
battle
it's a battle
copter.
copter. Okay, so this is like a hybrid loadout.
Yep. And the Lucky is already setting up their back cap defense. It seems they're
Interesting.
already ready to station stuff at the flanks.
Yeah.
There goes the urban. Lucky is now pretty much given free reign to just run forward if this obstacle goes down. And then can absolutely just flank and funnel around this small choke point that PFC is still not destroying even though they have an IFV. Those are trenches though, and they will be a thorn in like trying to advance vehicles. But yeah, if Lucky removes this obstacle or something, then they can actually get their APC to be very, very flexible, so I wonder if that's the priority, or if currently they're just trying to still be semi-defensive while PFC continues to stare into space, I guess. Don't they have like a bazooka up here? They have troopers. They have a sniper in here. I also know they have like at least one bazooka running around down there, yeah. They might have a second. They probably have a second.
Copy 724, Roger. Center maintain 2000.
Yep. Launcher truck goes out, removes this obstacle. LuckyRed now gets to have pretty free reign over the middle. Now that pretty much everything blocking their vehicles is gone. They can either just punch a hole through PFC's kitchen over here, or they could try to just camp this funnel, I guess. Kinda up to them. Oh, utility truck goes up. Utility truck sees troopers, and LuckyRed now knows there's a utility truck here. That is not good for the utility truck. Also, Lucky now has a mortar team. So yeah, mortar team's gonna probably run forth. Be annoying. Especially since, oh hey, PFC finally has a tank. It's a rail tank though, so its firepower is gonna be inconsistent. Hopefully it helps them out against the battle tank matchup, but also I'll say that if they're running a rail tank deck, then they really should have been prioritizing clearing out this urban, because the rail tank really needs its open sightlines, and right now it has none. Lucky's recon team goes up, starts shredding away at these troopers. It's gonna be a real hard thing for PFC to recover from, especially since Ecto, if you're here, he's muted. Okay.
I'm here.
Oh, anyways, Ecto, if you think you're noticing a problem similar to your match with this IFV positioning compared to the battlecopter. Being that this urban
Yeah,
is...
that's...
Yeah. What?
GG's. GG's.
Okay. Well, anyways, yeah, so... Yeah, this urban is honestly not even protecting PFC. Like, all it's really doing is actually just protecting the attackers. Like, if this urban was dead, then actually the IFV bazooka combo would have actually killed that battlecopter for a pretty good punish. But yeah, now the urban's still there, so this IFV is unable to do anything of value. At the same time, I don't think they know this is a battlecopter. I think they're just thinking that it's just a recon team and nothing else. Maybe they do know that it's a battlecopter, but whatever. They're still trying to feel their way around with these units. I don't think Lucky's gonna do anything about those snipers that PFC just fired with. I don't think there's really much of a reason to go after them right now, especially when their main push is currently pretty happy, all things considered. I will say that Lucky isn't exactly too populated with infantry. they have a good amount of main lines, but it's a push that could easily fall out of lose all its steam. But anyways, the recon team, it gets a pick. Recon team runs off. Yeah. Smoke there is interesting. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, anyways, they're just gonna keep firing away, chipping away at like the stuff that PFC tried to kill with. They revenge kill. Yeah, it's not really looking very good for them because they kind of just lost a lot of value for not even a dead unit. And this is like the dangerous part of overextension. It's when you cannot even kill anything, and you just end up losing stuff in trade. Mortar team goes out. Yep. More smoke, because clearly that's what we all need. Well, Lucky's bringing out the medium tank to complement their battle tank. Their battle tank is slowly but surely trudging along this road, I guess. Still very well out of PFC's vision, which is quite dangerous for PFC because, you know, the BT. They need to prepare for a BT, and the only thing they have that can punch a BT like in this general vicinity is a rail tank, which has a cooldown. So they better have something. Yep, they reveal the infantry. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. I think this rail tank has a potential of death. Okay, yeah, no, the rail tank is definitely killable. Like, not killable exactly, but more, it's kinda cooked. Actually, no, it still is killable. Yeah, actually, no, it's killable, as long as the battlecopter has enough fuel.
And then a medium tank too.
Yeah, and the battlecopter has
RIP
enough
PFC.
fuel. Yep, battlecopter has enough fuel, they can definitely cook that, rail tank in one turn if they so desire.
Copy 724, roger. Center maintain 2000. Center maintain 2000.
Yep, let me guess. Battle tank comes round. I mean, not exactly, but I mean, it still goes round, yeah. And yeah, battle tank kills. Yep, medium. Medium is quite annoying as well. And there goes the rail tank, and yeah, I think PFC kind of lost. They lost every single bit of value they had.
The game has already ended.
I mean, yeah. And again, this also is kind of the importance of destroying like something such as this urban. If this urban was dead, they actually would have had a way to threaten the battlecopter in here, and that actually could have, at the very least, set Lucky back by quite a bit. But they didn't. So this entire area, this like entire middle area, is actually really safe for Lucky. Because there was no
That explains why I had such a hard time fighting Draglol.
Because like there was like no tank that can actually like safely attack this area. Unless they go here, which is a funnel, or here, which is a funnel. So stuff in the middle here is just very hard to attack, especially stuff like this tile.
How many turns has it been?
Turn 9. PFC kind of just loses the game on the spot turn 9.
Turn 9.
Yeah, yo, CF, your replacement is absolutely cooking PFC. Be proud. I'm gonna be honest. The main reason why I put LuckyRed in was because they just really, really wanted to get in and they asked a lot, so, screw it. It would be kind of funny if they beat up everyone in the losers bracket.
Your
And,
replacement is going to smash your hated yellow skin.
yep. Yeah. Yeah. Lucky is an amazing PvPer. I wasn't really sure if... I'm gonna be honest, under the initial criteria that I don't think they would have been allowing to the tournament, but at this point, like, they literally pinged me the second CF said that he had to get swapped out, so, you know what, if you're like that dedicated,
Lucky considers me and her the same level.
fuck it, I guess. Anyways,
According to Lucky herself.
so yeah, Lucky appears to have set up the entire smoke wall, so PFC cannot even see anything. They cannot even see the medium tank, and yeah, they kinda cooked. Lucky's already repairing all their air units. I don't think PFC has killed a single thing. Have they? I mean, maybe they'll kill a trooper. But yeah, holy smoke wall. Yeah, PFC kinda cooked. This is probably gonna be one of the faster matches. Kind of feels bad because, like, I don't know, if Lucky was at least in the winner's bracket, then they'd at least be fighting better opponents, but no, they're just, like, beating people who are already down. Kinda unfortunate they had to replace a loser's bracket spot, but, eh. Yeah, Smoke War! No way, it's the Smoke War, guys. Smoke War Project Moon reference, yeah. Thanks, Bong Bong. Your input is greatly appreciated. Now oh wait a minute, right, your username's also a Project Moon reference. You know, I was actually playing Limbus Company before I had to cast this batch, so you know what, thematically fitting. Don't worry, I'm honestly I honestly don't really play that much Limbus. I'm kind of just casual with it. But I do still prefer Ruina, okay? Look, I'm not a Limbus only. I got into the game through LobCorp, okay? Eh, whatever. I'ma be honest. Out of the 3 in the Project Moon series, Ruina's my favorite. Which is why okay, I'm gonna be like 100% honest. I kinda like the city as like setting of the city a bit more than the abnormalities. I'ma be like a tiny bit honest. Yeah. But that being said, ah well. Yeah, I was just grinding Limbus before this match, so fuck it. Bong, there actually is an explanation for that in Ruina. To be fair, the lore surrounding it is so buried within the key pages, I don't get why. Out of every, the whatchamacallit, whatever, the guys who introduced Smoke, the Smiling Faces, yes, the Smiling Faces. They're the ones that talk about how, like, the backstreets operate, and also, I'm pretty sure one of them, Jun, I'm pretty sure one of them is like, the backstreets actually isn't that unlivable. Because it turns out, first and foremost, what we're looking at is, first and foremost, pretty much the equivalent of a country whose government has fallen in Ruina. That's pretty much what we're looking at. That's why everyone is dying. Pretty much. And even then, there are still people who, like, group together and band together to make their own little neighborhoods, and that includes syndicates, apparently. You know, after all, you don't want the people you're collecting protection money from to fucking die, so, yeah, like, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, like, how is the city livable if so many people die? Well, as it turns out, the games just feature where all the death happens, okay? Like, actually, if you look at Streetlight Office, the reason why they became fixers was because they're dead. Was because of the fact that their normal life was so thrill-free, like,
Copy 724, Roger. Center maintain
was
2000.
just so, like, thrillless that they literally became fixers and were to the point where they risked their lives because they were so bored
Center maintain 2000.
of, like, a life where you, of a safe life where you do nothing. Why am I ranting about Project Moon lore in a Cold Front video game? Whatever, the game's pretty much over, whatever. But yeah, in case you're wondering how, like, in case you're wondering, it's because of the fact that learning that, as it turns out, the majority of people are at desk jobs where they are bored to their minds, is actually not very interesting for the video game, so they just instead bury it. Instead just bury it in, like, the depths of lore from the most obscure characters they can find. Okay, actually, you know what? Streetlight Office is somewhat iconic, I guess. Streetlight Office is part of that, like, sorta lore, I guess, but, I don't think anyone ever looks at Streetlight Office for being an example of how people get into the business where they have to risk their lives. Over a very relatively safe-ish job. And, and as it turns out, the answer is because they are bored AF. But yeah, the reason why Ruina features so much death is kinda simple, actually. It's because LobCorp fucking fell. That is not the norm. That is not the fucking norm. That's like the extreme of an already extreme point.
Hello.
Like like
Hello.
as it turns out, despite the fact that the game sometimes looks at it, not everyone in Project Moon is a fucking fixer. Oh, hello, Ecto. We are currently talking about Project Moon lore because, the game has kind of already been lost for PFC, so, yeah. Pretty much a formality at this point, so let's just rant about Project Moon lore.
Close match. Close match.
Yeah, they immediately, like, lost their rail tank to, like, the battle tank and battlecopter combo, so,
Pretty close match.
there goes, like, the one thing they could have used to beat up the battle tank. So, yeah, I think the battle tank is kind of just, like, near invincible now.
Yeah, it's just gonna get fucked, bro.
Oh, guns, yes. Yes, the guns in P-Moon. I will say, they're kind of lazily explained, honestly. I feel like the whole, like, role in saying, like, oh, they're not effective against a competent opponent is, like, I think that's a mistranslation.
Copy
As in,
724,
like,
roger.
it
Center
doesn't,
maintain 2000.
what he actually meant was, you can't just cheat your way out with gun. Like, I think that's what he actually meant. Yeah. Like, it's not an absolute. It's more that, the idea is more surrounding, like, I mean, first and foremost, the whole, like, restriction on, like, the power of the bullet. I don't remember the thickness of the wall that they're not allowed to pierce, but it's, like, some sort of defined thickness. I don't remember the length, but it exists. Oh yeah, and also on another, if I can also rant, I also feel like while the writing of the setting is kind of good, I also will say the way it's communicated is sometimes actually kind of awful. Thrown explosives. Planted explosives versus thrown explosives. A lot of people just immediately assume that meant grenades were not a thing in Project Moon. They are still a thing. The thing in Kanto 9 were like, oh yes, like a bomb, like the idea that they can like throw a bomb and nuke the whole facility. Man, that is against, that violates a taboo. And like, you know, that kind of makes sense. And then everyone kind of appears to have assumed that meant like grenades as a whole are not allowed. When they clearly still are. Catriel and Library of Ruin actually has a bunch of frag grenades. I think the point was actually just you cannot use a thrown explosive for demolition purposes. Like, frag grenades allowed because they aren't as... They're not, like, major demolition and, like... Yeah, I will say, I do think that a lot of, like, the bluntness with how stuff is explained is just the fact that, the translation team isn't perfect.
Copy 724, roger. Center maintain 2000. Center maintain 2000, 724.
Up. There goes the second rail tank. But yeah, I do think that a lot of it is, well, the main reason why a lot of the game is explained in kind of blunt terms is less about like, how do I say this? The weird communication is because translation. And translation isn't always perfect. If that makes sense. Not gonna lie, this is more of a headcanon, but I just think humans are just naturally more durable in the P Moon City than in real life. Because apparently stuff made out of human parts is weirdly durable in P Moon. So I think that means that humans as a whole, they're the material that makes them up, because we already have confirmed that these are not Earth humans. These are very different humans anyway. So I'm guessing it's just that the stuff that makes them up is just more durable. Because they're not Earth humans, but apparently the blood... Because I'm pretty sure Hohenheim comments on it in, like, the LCE. About how, like, blood isn't merely a vector for nutrients. But yeah, I don't know. I think the average human may or may not be a bit more durable than in real life. I don't know, but something makes me feel that. So yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. I think human humans are just like naturally bulkier than Earth humans. Though again, this is like never explicitly stated because, of course, why the hell would they make a comparison to a planet that the characters don't know exist? So we never have a direct comparison. So this is, I guess, technically more headcanon, but I don't know, part of me just thinks that's kind of how it works. Since apparently making a weapon out of human parts in P Moon is weirdly strong. I mean, I guess to be fair, like, technically speaking, don't, like, most, characters just, like, enter, like, some sort of, like, I guess their model looks like they're entering a guarding stance, when they're being, hit, so I guess it's implied that they're blocking some of it, trying to, like, resist some of the damage, but, yeah, nah, that's not, like, absolute or whatever. Weird lore. Good question. Yeah, I don't know, sometimes I feel like the writing is, like, blunt, and that's my main issue. My only issue with P-Moon's writing, honestly, is how blunt it can get sometimes with, like, the wording. And I'm pretty sure most of that is just due to translation, making it so that certain things are kind of hard to tell. The whole, like, Yi saying jokes and, the fact that those jokes cannot land in English is a pretty good example. Yeah, I suppose. In a way, I kind of like how a lot of it is handled. Some of it isn't handled amazingly. Some of it actually just needs you to think about it really, really hard until it makes sense, and then you're like, okay, I think this is what they meant. And I'm not sure if I'm making an excuse for them by doing that, but I don't know. Like, sometimes I just think about it really, really hard, and it's just like... I think that makes sense.
Pretty close mesh, it all appears.
Alright. Anyways, yeah, Project Moonwriting. I mean, I don't know, I overall still like it. I mean, the fact that it... For how crazy the concepts get, it's weirdly comprehensive. And I still have to applaud that. When it comes to Project Moon. Like, Project Moonwriting, it... For how weird the concepts can get, it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm not exposed to enough writing like this. I don't know, I've played quite a few games and visual novels, so... I don't know. Kimu is like one of the weirdly comprehensive ones in terms of how the city works. Though at the same time, a lot of it does just come from thinking about it really hard and going like, okay, actually, wait, yeah, they probably mean this because that makes more sense, which I don't know if that's cheating or not.
What is this guy talking about?
Hello, hello, Mint. Welcome to,
Hello there.
Yep.
welcome to, PFC is dying to Lucky.
Oh. Public bullying.
Yes.
We love it.
This game might as well be a formality, but yeah, PFC immediately lost to rail tanks, and they did not clear out their urban. Yeah, now Lucky shall beat the headquarter to death. But yeah, now that Mint is here, I do not know if I can still rant about Project Moon, because then the Mint might be upset.
It missed! Ah!
Oh boy, is that a Project Moon reference? I heard the word miss. No way, guys. It's the spear missed.
What the fuck, bro? A bug just flew into my mouth. Oh my gosh.
This must be a sign.
The hell?
Okay. Subspace has hit me, so I'm no longer able to move. I love this.
Nice, good for you. Oh boy.
You're very professional.
Yep. Time for Lucky to beat the shit out of this headquarter and like I guess they're just gonna pray that it dies. Surely it dies. The battle copter still have its
Okay, I guess I'll just
autocannon.
start it anyways.
24, Roger. Center maintain
Okay, I think the headquarter dies.
Center maintain 2000.
No? Bruh.
Okay, I'm playing Skate on second Teapot. This is probably a horrible idea.
Yeah, Teapot second doesn't really favor Skate. Teapots in general, I will say, is one of the less favored Skate maps for Skate because of how cramped each section is, like standalone.
Mint, would you like to
I mean-
PvP later?
Okay, I'll say though, Ecto, okay, but I'll say for Teapots, it's mainly second. The first and like third are okay-ish because you can actually do the Teapot on like third.
Yep. Oh, I guess the map wasn't set to the correct number of turns, but who cares? We know who won anyway.
Bullying.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That is gonna be probably one of the fastest tournament recording games ever. So yep. Stream ends now.
Very